Hi guys, how's it going? Chris Graham here for We Love Betting. It's time for Stats Chat. Apologies if the picture's a bit bright or dull, whatever. The sun seems to be creeping into my kitchen this afternoon, and it's a pain in the arse in terms of the picture. But anyway, we'll move on. Stats Chat, this is what we do. We look at the stats, we look at the trends, and we try and piece it all together and see if we can come up with 5 great bets. And so far it's working. 4 times in a row we've made profit now. And generally we've picked up some nice bets over the last 3-4 months that I've been doing this particular video. 5 more bets coming up now. First one's a Monday night game between Aston Villa and Sunderland. Big game for Aston Villa, isn't it? Let's be honest, and for Sunderland as well, I guess. This fixture though doesn't leak goals at all. Just 14 goals scored in the last 11 times these sides have played together. 7 in the last 8 games went under 2.5, and in 4 of the last 5 games, no more than 1 goal was scored. So quite interesting for me, that one. Under 2.5, you'd have to say it is the call. Looking at the trends, and 17-20 for that just to happen. Big game later on today in League One, Brentford against Doncaster, almost like a playoff really for an automatic promotion place alongside Bournemouth. The trends are very much in favour of the away side in this fixture. Doncaster with a fantastic record against Brentford, absolutely amazing. Brentford no 1 in 9 against Donny, and Doncaster have won 6 in a row against their big opponents today, including 3-0, win a 4-0 one in the mid-noughties as well. So a real dominant force over Brentford over the last 9 years. You have to go back to August the 10th, 2004, the last time Brentford could beat Doncaster. That was in a 4-3 win back in August 2004. The same weekend that Lee Hughes was jailed for 6 years for dangerous driving. Currently play for Port Vale, of course. Busted were at number 1 on the charts with a track called Thunderbirds. I'm not familiar with it. And the Athens Olympics was about to start. So that's how long ago it has been since Brentford have beaten Doncaster. So Doncaster today, 31-10 for this wonderful trend to continue. First time we've ever done this kind of bet in Stats Chat, and that's looking at a specific player, and the player is Brett Pitman. He's scored in 8 consecutive games for Bournemouth, 8 in a row, and in those 8 games he scored 9 goals. You have to go back to 9th of March, the last time he failed to score a goal for Bournemouth. So I'm backing him again today in the anytime goal scoring market. I think he can make it 9 in a row here, and you can back him at just a shade of odds on, 39-40 to score at any time today away to beleaguered Tranmere, who are on a terrible run of form at the moment. So Pittman to make it 9 in a row, 39-40. Looking at something we always do every week on Stats Chat, looking at specific times of the games when teams are dominant. It worked a treat last week, didn't it? Spurs scoring in the 61st to 75th minute against Man City, and I'm replicating that again. Spurs again, they're playing against Wigan at the weekend, I think it's today, and I'm going in again for 61 to 75 minutes. Spurs to score in that period, you can get 13-5, which is a huge price. Let me tell you why it's a good price. Spurs 14 goals scored in this period, including last week against Man City. That's the second best in the Premier League. Only Man City have scored more, 15 goals. Wigan, they've got the second worst defence in this period. They've conceded 14 goals in this period. Only Reading have conceded more. They've conceded 15. So it's the second best attack in this period against the second worst defence in this period. For me, I think 13-5 for Spurs to notch in that period is a good value bet according to the trend. So that's my bet here. And finally, moving up to my beloved Scotland, Motherwell against Celtic. I think that's on Sunday. These sides trap well. They get out the traps well. They get out the blocks well. They just kick straight into action in their SPL games, and they're number 1 and number 2 in terms of top scorers in that initial 15-minute period. Motherwell 14 goals, top of the pile. Celtic 13 goals in second place. The nearest is Dundee United on 9, and St Mirren and St Johnstone have only scored 2 each in that period. Just shows you the difference between them and these two sides. So lots of goals, 27 between them in the opening 15 minutes period. I think we'll see another one hopefully in this particular fixture. And if you get 15-8 for a goal scored in the first 15 minutes by either of the sides, so I like that. That's my 5 bets this week. I've rushed through. I hope you don't mind. Aston Villa, Sunderland under 2.5. Doncaster to beat Brentford at a gorgeous 31-10. Brett Pittman to score for the 9th consecutive game. That's 39-40. 2 to go. A goal for Spurs between the 61st and 75th minute against Wigan, which is 13-5, and a goal in the opening 15 minutes of the Celtic Motherwell game on Sunday, 15-8. I like all those bets. I'm getting involved. I hope you do too. Have a good weekend.